Alright, it's the end of day 71, and just looking at the time, it's really late. Today was a really long day. We had 6 hours of class. The first 3 hours of lecture this morning were on the sensory and motor pathways in the brain, how they get to where they're going in different diseases like Parkinson's, things that happen with alcoholism that affect the brain, as well as Huntington's and a couple other diseases. But yeah, it was actually a really interesting lecture. But the lecturer just kept going on. He went on for like 2 hours before we got a break. So a lot of people got burned out. And then after his lecture, we had another lecture, and it was on the ear and the eighth cranial nerve. Just a basic overview, and then a little bit more in depth on how things work. Um, and then the final lecture of the day was on the histology of the ear, and that was a longer lecture. It was 2 hours over everything, kind of again. Some of it was review from the previous lecture, some of it wasn't. But it was a really long day because in between the 4 hours of lecture this morning and the 2 hours of lecture in the afternoon, we had a 2 hour break. So I went to the library and studied, and then after that, I got done with class, came home, took a nap. One of my friends is staying at my house right now while he is waiting to move into town. So hung out with him for a bit, studied a little bit, and then just did a little just other things that um, yeah, nothing spectacular. Anyways, um, so tonight, I studied not a ton, but got enough done. I've got an OMM test on Friday, and then my neuro test on Monday. So I'm just trying to get prepped for that, make sure I have everything that I need and know everything that I need to know for it. But that was today, and so yeah, neuro's getting kind of down to the wire. After this test, we have another week and a half of neuro, and then we're done, and we move on to cardio. So it's coming to crunch time. I need to put in the time to get the score that I need to make a good grade in the class. Otherwise, yeah, the class is going okay. I'm understanding it better. First test, I didn't understand it very well, so it's coming along. It's not one of those subjects that's easy for me, but I'm understanding it more and more as we go. Anyways, that's just kind of my take on it, but we'll see you tomorrow.